And welcome back, everyone, to its last call. Last call with the alcohol only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, join me on the line. This man here, well, it's the last year or so has been rough for a lot of people, but this man here is a story which has been very inspirational. And this Saturday night, he'll be fighting only on the zone. He'll be taking in action as it's Virgil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker. But this is a man, his story, who, well, he'll take on Jose Morales of Houston, Texas. And, well, we're looking forward to seeing him in action. I give you once again, it's the undefeated pride and joy of Texas. I give you Hector Valdez. Hector, as you said before, it used to be you had to pay for your own opponents. Now you're getting paid to fight guys on TV. Has it happened yet? Has it sunk in that you achieved one of your goals, or you are now fighting on TV for a major promotion?
Not right now. It hasn't really sunk in yet. I still feel like if I'm still fighting on in the smokers, which I'm not. I mean, I'm blessed to be here in this platform, but I don't let it get to my head. I mean, it is what it is. I'm a simple guy, and that's how I want to keep it.
For those who don't know, like when you say smokers, like when you started this year, how tough was it where it's basically just small bingo halls, nothing, you had to earn your key, but how tough was it those early days when you're fighting and you're basically you're breaking even. You go into the fight, you win the fight, yeah, you basically did it for free.
Right. Well, smokers, I guess here over here in Texas, we call those smokers. They're just like regular like ballrooms. Um, but yeah, like you said, there's times that I would just barely break even. There's times that I wouldn't really get paid. Um, and there was, man, I want to say about maybe 5 to 8 fights between my whole professional career fell through, like, and some of them literally fell through at the scales, or I would make weight, and then the next day, the day of the fight, they'll say, "Oh, hey, your opponent didn't show up, or we couldn't find your opponent. You're not fighting." Man, stuff like that would really suck because I would put in the work to make the weight, and at the end of the day, I wouldn't be even going to be able to get the fight. But it's just, I guess, it's part of boxing. I mean, I came up the hard way.
Take me back to the third to last fight, because that was the fight which all of a sudden put you sort of on the radar. It's you versus Rafael Alexander Delgado. He's 6-0. It's a fight which a lot of people were thinking, oh, this might be, you might actually lose. A lot of people thought he was pretty good. Take me afterwards to the win. How nice was it when, all of a sudden you proved a lot of naysayers wrong, and you also got a win over a guy that people went, ooh, that's pretty impressive.
Right. Yeah, man. Coming up to that fight, when they told me, okay, you're fighting this guy, well, when they told me, we got a chance for you to fight in a Golden Boy show, I was like, all right, cool. I'm thinking, it's gonna be a good fight, whatever, a little easy fight, because I'm gonna get looked at. Then I found out that it's him, which at the time, I mean, it didn't really matter. A fight is a fight. They're never easy. Any punch can put you down, or any punch can make the night go bad. But yeah, man, when I won that fight, well, not my ego, but I believed a little bit more in myself, and I got more courage to be able to say, I can actually bang with undefeated fighters, young prospects as like myself, and so I mean that's a great feeling.
How cool was it afterwards? And guessing when you got to meet Oscar De La Hoya, and say what you want, some of us like him, some of us don't like him, but for a young fighter like yourself who grew up, you read the stories, you know about the Olympian, you probably saw him on, his fights against Mayweather and even Pacquiao and Ortiz. For you, how big was it, getting a chance to actually meet a guy that you went, ooh, I actually watched you fight. This is pretty impressive. This is kind of cool here.
Yeah, actually, it took a while for it to sink in, but like you said, I remember I used to watch him fight when I was a kid. To be able to be in the same room with him, for him to, shake my hand, and for him to know my name, I was like, man, that's massive. Um, and then also the expression, or the look that my father had in his face that time that we went up there, that's priceless. I mean, my dad, this is my dad's dream, so I'm glad that I'm living his.
I mean, I'm guessing they were more sort of overwhelmed by the moment than you were, your parents, because as you said, it's the family business. Your dad wanted you to be a boxer, so you became a boxer. Your mother, as you said, was supporting you. Were they freaked out? I mean, were they the sort of like just how you hopped up with like little kids at Christmas going, oh my God, what's happening here? We're so proud of them. We need to take some photos.
Well, actually, my mom, I mean, she always supported me. She always supports me in anything I do, boxing or not. She doesn't really care. My father, he never wanted to be a boxer, but as when I started being being in boxing when I was young, he would always say, man, like, look, he would watch pay-per-view fights, and he would dream and say, that's how I want my son to be. That's how I want my son to be. And to the point that I got him to that level, where he can actually, where he's actually on that platform with me. That's something great for me. That's something I can say and be happy about.
What made you keep the love of boxing during all these years? Because as you said, these are smokers. You don't get paid much. You're taking on guys. I'm guessing at some point, you looked and went, crap. They're not just older than me, but they're kind of dirty. What I mean that is they have no problem, throwing a punch and there's an elbow or headbutting or below the belts. I mean, these are the kind of fights where some of these guys are just in there to hurt somebody. So what made you keep loving the sport where you're not getting money, you're getting beat up sometimes, even when you're winning, and you're sacrificing so much just to get into the boxing ring?
Man, it was tough. It was really tough. I had to dig down deep, deep, deep to keep myself in this. But I think the number one thing that kept me in was to be able to at least let my dad feel this feeling. That was always my one goal since I was a kid. Um, so just to at least let him feel it a little bit, and so I kept saying, I gotta keep trying, I gotta keep trying, I gotta keep trying, I can't give up. And well, I mean, now, he's living the moment. So it's great. I'm happy, and we're just gonna keep going day by day.
It's a different role now that you have because you're no longer sneaking up on people. This isn't like, as you said, the you versus Rafael Alexander Delgado, where people are like, we have no idea who this kid is, but hey, Delgado looks like a big prospect. He's going to win. Then he shocked the apple cart. You're now the guy that has a contract. You're now the guy that is the house fighter. And, as you're getting ready to fight this weekend, how tough is it knowing that this guy looks at you as his meal ticket? He's in your shoes. Albert Torres looks at you and goes, I beat Valdez. I might get a contract.
And it's a lot of pressure, especially on me, because I was in those shoes. When I fought that guy, Delgadillo. um, I told myself, if I beat this guy, I know I'm in. If I beat this guy, I can do this, I can do that. So that's a lot of pressure on myself. Also because, my manager, my family, my corner, they've put in so much work, so much effort into me, that I would hate to let them down.
Break down Alberto Torres for me because I'm looking here, I'm watching some clips, and This is a guy, on paper, it's like, oh, he's okay. He's 11-3-3. And then you start looking and it's, a loss to Eric Urtate, pretty good fighter, 17-1-1. Lost to Angelo Leo, former world champion. Nothing to you write home about. A majority decision loss to Roberto Meza. Dravo versus Joshua Franco. A draw versus now Cliff Martinez. He's beaten actually two or three guys, who were either had one loss or undefeated. What makes him dangerous? From what you and your corners see, what is it about him that makes him a guy you got to take seriously?
Well, I mean, we take every guy serious. Boxing is a tough sport. But the one thing that I see just by looking at his resume is that he's only lost to high competition to people with winning with records, and on top of that, he's a veteran. Um, he knows what he's doing. He's not in there just for the money. He's actually in there to actually win because he thinks. Well, I mean, and it's not that he thinks; it's that it's a fact that if he can beat one of us, Golden Boy or bigger promotion, he might have a shot to redeem himself and have a shot to have a good little career going on, just like us.
For you, as I said, it's you as you said, you're looking at your record and you're sort of at that cusp. It's 13-0. You're now ranked by most people within the top 20 United States here. How tough is it focusing on this fight, and yet, in the back of your mind, you're going, one more fight, I could get Carlos Castro, I could get Tremaine Williams, I could get, I play my cards right. I could find myself here, dare I say, 2022, me, Ronnie Rios, world title, baby. Mark it down here. How tough is it sometimes, focusing at the task at hand when the mind's going, this is not, I can now start fighting these guys now with the next, fight, two fights, three fights. I'm ready for this baby.
It's not that hard. I just I don't try to go. How could I say it? I don't try to overstep myself, if that makes sense. Um, I'm like I said, I'm just taking it day by day. I'm blessed to be here, in the position I am. I gotta get through Alberto Torres, and so on. Opponent they put in front of me. Opponent that we're gonna take serious. We're gonna get to the drawing board, and then at the end of the day, we're gonna end up fighting him, and hopefully come with the win. But overall, I'm always gonna put my heart on the line and give it my all.
When do you expect to have the moment where you're no longer Hector Valdez fighter? It's almost Hector Valdez little kid. Because let's face it, this is what every kid dreams of when they start fighting. Eventually, I'm gonna fight on TV. Fight for world title. I'm gonna be fighting our promotion. Two of those you're about to do. You're gonna fight on the zone. It's gonna be on a big card. You're gonna be getting paid to fight for the promotion. Like, when do you expect to have that moment where you start geeking out because the little kid realizes, I didn't expect to get this to this point. I didn't think it was going to happen, but now I'm here. I'm at the show and I'm getting paid to do something I like doing, box.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know. I guess I'd have to be in that moment to realize. I guess, maybe if I, you know, fight somebody that's like in the top 10, and I end up beating him, or I end up being in the B side, and I end up coming up, with the W. Maybe it'll hit me. But like I said, I mean, I try to be real grounded. So maybe it just be like any other day.
Last question for let you go. I'm trying to put this in a word, and I guess the right words. I apologize if I'm not, but how much of for you of all this is sort of, I won't say overwhelming, but how much do you look and just go, I can't believe we did this? Because as we said on paper, we started the interview here. You started with smokers. A lot of guys don't get, out of that. You started off with maybe getting $50 a fight. And here you are now, you're getting paid, you're going to be fighting on DAZN. It's going to be broadcast worldwide. It's on Hooker versus Ortiz. How much of this do you still look and go, all right, I'm still shocked that this is all happening here, but I'm with Oscar De La Hoya, that I'm getting the chance, that, that this is all happening, before my 15th fight, 20th fight, but, this is now a reality.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
How much do you still feel this is like a dream? Because, as you said, before your 20th fight, you're now fighting on DAZN with a promoter. You checked off a lot of boxes. I mean, for a guy who came from the smokers, how much of this still feels like a dream that you haven't woken up from?
I mean, it kind of feels like a dream. I want to say it kind of does, but then again, like I said, I mean, I worked all my life for this moment. Like I said, I mean, like you said, it still hasn't really hit me to that point yet. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't really know how to answer that question too well. But like I said, I mean, we're just gonna keep going, and maybe it'll hit after this fight, or maybe after this fight, I'm gonna get an opportunity to fight a big fight, and then I'm gonna be like, oh dang, I'm actually in this platform,
Well, we're looking forward to it. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have here on the show. I give you one of the rising stars in the super bantamweight division and one of Oscar De La Hoya's newest signings. I give you it's Hector Valdez. Hector, before I let you go, where can the fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Where can fans hit you up at?
You can get me on Instagram. I'm at team_Valdez VALDEZ 95, and I'm also on Facebook at Hector Valdez. You can catch me on there. Like, I just want to say thank you to all the fans. Thank you to everybody that's been following me, been supporting me. Thank my team, my manager, my promoter, De La Hoya, my sponsors. Everybody that's been supporting me, everybody that has my back. I want to say thank you. And come Saturday night, we're gonna have a great fight. We're gonna have great fights. So don't miss it.
Hector Valdez, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are proud to have him on the show. Check him out. It'll be Saturday, March 20th, only at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas on DAZN. It is Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Maurice Hooker. This man, Hector Valdez, an actor. Check your time local list of details. We stay tuned for more great action here, only on its Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel.